Hello, Power Rangers fans, and welcome back to Rangers of the Universe. I'm Chris, and I'm finally back with my Episode 2 Beyond Repair Power Rangers Cosmic Fury review. So, where we left off with Episode 1 was Zed has captured the Morphin Masters, and Ollie has joined the side of evil against the Rangers, but it ended up with them trapping Ollie in the base, and Javi had lost his arm, releasing the lost Cosmic Fury Zords. They also lost Zato, who Mick has left in the Grizzly Zord, which is our Sky Blue Megazord, the bear one, our Sky Blue Zord, to find Zato on a green planet. So, that's where Mick's headed off to. He's there to rescue Zato to find where he went. And now, a big thing in this episode I really liked, it's a lot of the after effects of episode 1. Dealing with the after effects, a big storyline of Javi losing his arm and gaining the mechanical arm that we have seen for such a long time now. It finally debuts in this episode. And I really love the dynamic between him and Billy. Billy was definitely the one there for him. Him and Solon worked on creating Javi his new arm, his new mechanical arm. Billy and Javi, they definitely had a great bond this episode that I really enjoyed seeing develop, like a mentor-mentee role that I thought was really interesting, cool to see. And we definitely saw a lot more of Amelia developing into that leadership role with Zato missing. And, definitely the lead up of to why she becomes the Red Ranger. There were a lot of signs in it through Dino Fury of how that was something that could develop when you watch Dino Fury again. But especially episode 2 is where you see, she takes that leadership role, especially with Zato not being there anymore. So that was a big thing of it, too. That was a big of what Javi had and Amelia had, which I really enjoyed from this episode. It definitely built up the steps to come. And this closed off, the part that was Dino Fury, because we also did see the final destruction of the Dino Fury powers. Now, they still have Ollie trapped in there. They come up with the plan of, so initially the antidote that we saw in Dino Fury makes a return when Javi first got turned, when Ollie first got turned evil. The antidote doesn't work, he's still evil, so they decide to use his morphing grid energy from the Triceratops statue in Dino Henge. So, we see a battle at Dino Henge. Now, another thing that comes into play is we get an Izzy Fern moment. Fern makes her return. We also see the return of Jay Borg, Warden Garcia, Jane. We see all their returns at Ion's Cafe. So we take a shift to there where the Green Ranger, Dino Fury Green Izzy, is talking to her father while morphed, telling him that Lord Zed's forces are invading, but not to alert citizens yet, not to put things on high alert. So we do have a scene there that is letting them know that this is going on, letting the warden know that people should be alerted and aware that Lord Zed's forces are here and they are invading. So we have that scene, and then we have Izzy and Fern's scene where they're going away to college, but Izzy has to leave because there's trouble, which is they're going to use the Stones of Dino Henge to try to rescue Ollie and turn him good again. Now, but before that, we also had a Megazord fight go down with Doudrip. He came back again. He was the one who turned Ollie evil, and then Lord Zed fired him. So he's there with the Squid Drill, and they form the Cosmic Fury Megazord. Obviously, Javi, at this point, he doesn't have his metal arm yet, so we can't help. We see a new Cosmic Fury Megazord combination. We see it with the Lion Zord, the Bull Zord, the Scorpion Zord makes its debut, as well as the Wolf Zord and Chameleon Zord. So this time around, Ion takes the Scorpion Zord, and Izzy takes Javi's Bull Zord. Then we see Billy again in the Wolf Zord and Amelia in the Lion Zord because she takes on that role where the Lion is needed to make the Lion is mandatory to make the Megazord. So we see that go down. We see the Megazord fight with that. They beat Doudrip. Doudrip's destroyed. And then that's when our big main focus is at Dino Henge. That final battle, we see Izzy's holding the barrier open for them to prepare to blast Ollie. And Ion and Billy are her backup, making sure she doesn't get attacked during that. So they're facing off against Sentinels, which a big comedy thing they, like a little fun factor they tried to throw in this episode that I did find interesting was a thing about age. So Billy says how because Javi was laid up and missing his and waiting for the mechanical arm to be built, Billy said he'd be happy to join the younger generation, and Ion calls him the kid. Ion said he's the older generation because he's been alive for millions and millions of years. And Izzy says we don't discuss it, and Amelia says we also don't discuss discussing it. So she shuts it down real quick. But Ion and Billy do get another moment where Billy says he'll take on the Sentinels, and Ion says, "Look at that little kid, look at that young guy go." And Fern enters the fray trying to look for Izzy because they're going away to college together. So Javi, with his new mechanical arm, suits back up as Dino Fury Black one last time and defends Fern from all the Sentinels and then teleports her back to the base to hide in the bathroom. And then we have Amelia and Javi take Ollie back to the outside of the ship in Dino Henge. They blast him with the morphing grid energy, causes a huge explosion, and Lord Zed is notified of their location by the Sentinels, and he appears, and he immediately blasts. He starts battling against the Rangers. He blasts Billy and Ion away, and says how he doesn't know Billy's weakness, but he does know the weakness of the Dino Fury Rangers, and we see their stones start to be destroyed. He starts off with the Mosa, which is Ion, so Dino Fury Gold's no more. So after Ions, he proceeds with Izzy's Dinohenge statue of the saber-toothed tiger. She loses her powers. Then we see Amelia lose her powers with the Ankylo Zord. The Stegozord, Javi loses his powers, and then we see the end destruction after they all power down. We see the destruction of Tyrannosaurus, the T-Rex, signifying Zato's Ghost Ranger, White Ranger powers are also gone wherever he's landed. Now, right before he's about to destroy the Tricera statue, Ollie's statue, Ollie stops him and pledges his allegiance to Lord Zed. So, zapping him with Morphin Grid energy, it hadn't worked. Ollie is still evil at this moment. And then it gets pretty damn brutal. This part, I didn't really see coming. It was a shock to me, where he throws the sword, like aiming for the Chroma Fury Saber, aiming for Amelia's head, and it scrapes by her cheek, which, first of all, I mean, I know it's supposed to be, it's aimed and geared as a kid's show. That's how it's aimed upon. But, like, kids know what the color of blood was. The line on Amelia's cheek was black, which your blood is not black. So they could have at least made a red line right there. I mean, kids see a hell of a lot more than that. I don't think that would have been a problem if they did a red line on her cheek instead of a black line, which does not signify blood and her getting her cheek cut. So I think that was something that kind of bothered me, because it's like, all right, that's not really something that had to be covered up and changed. But overall, I mean, that was definitely something drastic where it showed he meant business type of thing. And, he was really evil and with Lord Zed. So we see the Rangers then evacuate. And Lord Zed and his squirrel starts to come down hard on the base, aiming to destroy it and destroy the Rangers for good. And they use a teleportating emergency button that's been there all this time that we just learned about this episode. So, after 2 seasons of that button being there, it's finally mentioned now and shown off, and it teleports them to a planet 3 million light years away, instant teleportation to a planet called Eridus. So, the Rangers are on Eridus that has atmosphere similar to Earth and is habitable, and, they talk about how they have no suits and no way home, but everything's okay until Fern comes out of the bathroom and tells Izzy that things are definitely not okay. So they're stranded 3 million light years away from Earth while Zed is invading Earth, and Fern's locked in the ship with them. So that is where episode 2 ended with our Rangers. Definitely in a tough spot, I really enjoyed this episode, The first episode was a great opening premiere to Cosmic Fury, and creating that link between Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury, like starting that going. And I feel like this episode was just like a perfect wraparound to that Dino Fury part of the era of it, where next episode it can finally start like, okay, the Cosmic Fury part of it. And I definitely felt like this was a great closure out of the Cosmic Fury, the Dino Fury part that we've known and loved these past 2 years since it's debuted in 2021. So this was definitely a really great episode, in my opinion, that I thoroughly enjoyed because I thought it was a perfect wrap-up. You know, we've had these Dino Henge statues. They were destroyed once. Tarek is Void Knight. He had destroyed the statues trying to revive Santora. And, you know, we saw the statues be revived by the Green Morphin Master. So this time they don't have that out. The Morphin Masters have been captured. There's no one to bring back the Dino Fury powers. And just seeing how, you know, they do have that weakness there, seeing Lord Zed capitalize of it, it made it more real, like, okay, things are in dire situations. Lord Zed has destroyed their powers. So it really puts that dire situation of the Rangers being at their weakest in question. And I think it's a great way to finally do the meld between Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury and end that Dino Fury chapter where we shift into the powers that are the Cosmic Fury powers, the Cosmic Fury Rangers, hence the name of the season. So I definitely think this, because I mean, if we weren't getting new powers, they would have just called this Power Rangers Dino Fury Season 3, where it's not, it's Cosmic Fury. So this episode was, in my opinion, a really great episode. It was a great, I really loved the first episode, Lightning Strikes. It was a great premiere, had all this risk to it, you know. We had a big battle start open, the capture of the Morphin Masters. Zato disappears. Javi makes the ultimate sacrifice of losing his arm to unleash new Zords. And then this is the after effects, where we see Billy being a mentor to Javi, helping him get through the loss of his arm and recreating a mechanical arm for him to use. Javi doing his first fight with the mechanical arm, which also I love the after effects of when the Sentinels get defeated, like the crash to it and like the blue dust sparkle type of thing. I don't know. It's a great effect. Don't know how to describe it, but I absolutely love the look of it. I think they did an amazing job with that. Definitely reminds me of the Z-Putties being destroyed, but like 100 times better effect than the Z-Putties being destroyed. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed the Sentinels. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Hasbro owned, US created foot soldier with some awesome effects that go with it. So I definitely do like the Sentinels. I think they're a fantastic feature thrown into it. And yeah, overall, I mean, this episode was a great closure to the series. You know, I've known and loved for 2 years. I've personally really enjoyed Dino Fury. Dino Fury Season 2 especially is in my top 5 of favorite seasons. I really loved it. So I felt like this was a great closure episode. We closed that era that is Dino Fury, and it ends with them in their most critical situation yet, which Izzy even says, no powers, like Zed is invading Earth. They're 3 million light years away from Earth. No Power Ranger powers anymore, and no way home. They have to start over completely, and there's just 4 Rangers this time, plus Billy, and they have Civilian Fern hanging out there, which they're all civilians now, except for Billy. He's the only one left with powers, and Solon. So it definitely was a great way to close that out and really bring forth the era that is Cosmic Fury, the suits that are Cosmic Fury, and everything new that the Rangers have to go through. So, in my opinion, this was an amazing episode. I definitely thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was just a great second episode into a season, and I think it was a great follow-up. You know, we really had a lot of action closure with it. You know, a big thing when we first had the reveal of the Cosmic Fury suits, and when the announcement came last year, and Simon Bennett said it'd be a continuation off. It'd continue off of Dino Fury. You know, a big worry and theory of mine was the fact of I didn't know how well they'd handle the losing of the Dino Fury suits and the starting of the Cosmic Fury, especially, and I mentioned it in my first episode review, especially Javi losing the arm, how that had come through, and I definitely love how everything was written, how everything played out to be. I think it was done in an extremely clean cut, precise way, and I think it was done very well and gave justice to what was Dino Fury and bringing forth this new era, this final 30th anniversary season. And I'm happy it just wasn't like, all right, even though there's 10 episodes, we're starting episode 1 with the Cosmic Fury suits right out of the way. And kind of like, first 10 minutes, we lose Dino Fury suits. Javi loses his arm. I'm glad it wasn't something like that. It's a slow roll progression played out where it gives us that wrap up to the past 2 years, but also brings forth a new era of it for what is these last 8 episodes coming. So, overall, that's it for my review of episode 2. I thought it was an absolutely fantastic episode. Lord Zed destroying their powers. We see them gone once and for good. The end to the Dino Fury powers. It is sad. My only thing was I would have loved to see the Ghost Ranger suit in action more. But overall, I'm happy that we at least did get a fight scene with it in episode 1. So that was extremely cool. But overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I think they did a fantastic job of bringing that end to the Dino Fury suits and not making it just like a Megaforce, Super Megaforce thing where, ooh, it's a power-up. They put in a new orb when they're in Dino Fury. Like, I'm happy it wasn't like, oh, a power-up thing, because that was another worry of like, are they going to just do it as like a power-up going from Dino Fury to Cosmic Fury? So I'm happy. I was definitely also very happy to see that it was a completely separate thing. It is not another Megaforce, Super Megaforce scenario that nobody wants to see. So, that's it for this episode. That's it for this review of episode 2 for Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. That'll be all for this video. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell for notifications. I will be back with plenty more reviews of Cosmic Fury soon. I am going to be busy the next 2 weeks. I've got Rhode Island Comic-Con next week, and then the week after, I will be off at Ranger Stop Orlando in Orlando, Florida. It is the Ranger Stop Convention. They have around 55, 60 Ranger guests, I think, going, which, from Power Rangers Cosmic Fury itself, they have Hunter Dino, Amelia Jones, the Cosmic Fury Red Ranger, Dino Fury Pink. They have Javi, the Dino Fury, Chance Perez, plays Javi, the Dino Fury Cosmic Fury Black Ranger, and Ion, the Dino Fury Cosmic Fury Gold Ranger. So, them 3 will be attending, as well as yesterday announced was Kelson Henderson, who, Mechanic, the Ninja Steel Red Ranger. We saw him come back as Red Ranger in episode 1, so he'll be there as well. And haven't gotten to that episode review yet, but Ryan Carter is going to be there as well, the Dino Charge Dark Ranger. And Campbell Cooley, who's played the voice of so many people in Power Rangers, including Scrozzle and Slither. So, they'll all be there from Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. So, definitely let me know in the comments below if you're going to the convention. I'll see you there. I absolutely cannot wait to go. And be sure to follow me also on Instagram at Rangers_of_the_universe. Hit that follow button for all social media posts because I do updates on the channel and just general Power Rangers posts with love of Power Rangers. And I post some post figures when I get new ones in. So hit that follow button and stay tuned for all future Power Rangers, Super Sentai, and Tokusatsu content. The Cosmic Fury reviews will keep on coming. I'm finally getting back more into them. But I do have cons coming up. So stay tuned.